Hi, I'm Jen from Clover. Today we're going to do some basic housekeeping on the Clover Station. The first thing I'm going to do is open up the station using my fingerprint. And now we're going to go to the Setup app to set up the taxes. Inside the Setup app, you can do many things. You can set up your business information and you can set up your taxes. To set up taxes, you're going to need to set a tax rate. So we're in California, and we're going to add a California sales tax. We do that by pressing this plus sign, and it's going to allow us to edit and add a tax rate. So California sales tax, and that's a rate of 9%. Now, before I push save, I want to say default. That way, this will default taxes and fees on any items that's turned on for. And now I'll save it. And that's how you set the tax rates. Now, if you highlight this button, you are going to allow the tax and fee to be manually removed from any order. What else can you do from the setup? Well, you can look at order receipts. Order receipts is the receipt that's sent to the printer in the kitchen or at the bar to let the kitchen staff or the bar staff know what to make. Within this field, you can see what the order receipt will look like. Right now, it has an order number, it's got the server name, it's got the order note, and it has the order itself. Here you can take away the order note or add it. You can also do this. If I ordered 2 large beverages, they could come up individually, or I can group them together so that it doesn't take as much paper and print as much. One other thing that I think is important for a lot of restaurants is you can use alternate inventory names, and you can set them up within the menu, allowing for a different language to be used. You can also add or subtract modifier group names. So instead of saying cheese Swiss, it would just say Swiss. One more thing that you can do on the Setup app is payment receipt. Now, the payment receipt is the receipt that your customer actually gets. So on the payment receipt, you can have your logo and you can have your header that says what the name of your restaurant is. You can also have order notes. I recommend, since this is going to your customer, to take the order notes off just in case it's something that you don't want your customer to see. You can have your cashier's name and you have the items that were ordered. Now, you can add the modifier group names so that people understand what the extra charges are. And you can also group these items by guest, which is very handy. At the bottom, we have an online URL that you can use to find your receipt online. One last thing that you can do in the Setup app is set up your tips. Now, because we're a restaurant, I always ask for a tip at the end of a transaction. I can make sure it's either printed on a receipt or on the screen. Because we're a full-service restaurant, I like it to be printed on the receipt. And I can set up my tip suggestions. So I can say 15%, 18%, 20%, wow, best service ever. And I can also change these. So instead of just okay, let's say good. Now, the last thing is important depending on the laws of your state. You can have the tip calculated to include the tax or not include the tax. Make sure you're in compliance with the laws of your state. So that's the Setup app. Now let's talk about adding employees. I have 3 employees in my restaurant right now, but I have just hired another server. In the Employees app, I can add as many employees as I want. So today I'm going to add Kimmy. Her name is Kim Brown. Her nickname is Kimmy. And her passcode is 1234. Now, on this screen, I can also have her add her fingerprint, or if I'm using employee login cards, I can swipe the card and add it here. Now, I can also change roles that are available. In my Clover right now, I have an admin role, an employee role, and a manager. Because we're a restaurant, I want to make sure I have a server role written out. So I've added the server role, and I want to add some permissions. Permissions allow the roles to have different access to different things on the station. Right now, my server has access to more tools. I don't think I want them messing around with my Clover, so I'm going to take that off. And also authorizations and cache log and closeout. But I do want them to have access to customers, help, and inventory. If I go back to roles, I can assign roles to an employee. And let's make Kimmy a server. So that's how you deal with employees, roles, and permissions. Thanks for watching.